September 26, 2025. 2926 heads south on Main 1 for the rail yards. This will be the first time she has operated since 2024. On top of her normal ops crew and volunteers, 26 is carrying Tim Keller, Mayor of Albuquerque. This is Mayor Keller's first ride on the main line and second ride since he rode on her first run in 2023. The mayor has run her injector, blown her whistle, and seemingly enjoyed every wheel turn and block in between the spur and the rail yard. This is 26's fifth run on the main line and fourth run to the Albuquerque Turntable. She makes this journey for New Mexico Railroad Days 3. An event hosted by her owners, the NMHR.
Who are you people?
Though this isn't a first for the locomotive, another step toward full operation is waiting for her on the turntable lead.
Now we're gonna have to make an edit because that hurt it too specifically.
She pulls into the turntable lead, but she is not staying this time. She is grabbing the two dormitory cars from the lead and pulling them out for switching. Yes, for the first time since 1953, 2926, a mainline passenger locomotive, will be conducting some switching, something these yards haven't seen in decades. So right now I'm feeling the sway of the train. It's fantastic. Once the conductor has the cars where he wants them, 26 breaks off the pines to run around the two cars. Runarounds are still used today, constantly, but during the steam era, they were more prevalent maneuvers on branch lines and in places where there was no Y or loop to turn around a whole train. Now 26 is on the other side of the consist, and she will shove back into the pines to couple them to the support car. Hello.
Hello.
How are you two?
All right.
Yes.
Nice that we have a front porch. We brought the train.
Yes.
We bring motive power.
Thank God. Here we are, with a football field ahead of us, and for the first time since 1953, a consist larger than one car to pull ahead. It's just 3 cars, but it's more than she's pulled in nearly 70 years. Then Matt gives her the clear to pull ahead. When the engine is set and center, the chocks are placed and we can enjoy our membership dinner. The organization has some presents for some previous chief of staff of the organization. Firstly, Gail Kirby, our old secretary, who gets a beautiful metal rose made by another volunteer.
Both of those were handmade trees.
Then it's Rick Kirby's turn. Rick is our previous CMO before we split the job into 3.
You can drop it, it's fine. Belt buckle.
Hey! Then finally is our president, John Roberts. John was our president for years and is finally stepping down from the position.
This is what we have for you. So you need to open it. And you need to open it carefully.
So many instructions.
And this is so that you can remember the time.
Like I'll ever forget it.
You have to keep coming back. This is not present. You gotta keep working. Otherwise,
You got a box. What a great box.
A box. I always wanted a box. Before I continue with this, a couple of things on my mind, since most of us are still here. One, thank you to the event team who put this together for us all to enjoy. I'll name Mimi and Nat specifically. I know Cooch had a hand in it, so everybody involved for this, putting this event together, thank you. The other thing, thank you to the mechanical crew for working very hard to get the locomotive ready for today and this weekend. I'll call out specifically Henry Roberts and Nate, because I know they put in a boatload of time in the last couple of weeks making this thing run. So thank you all for that, and thank you all for coming. All right, I'll get back to this. Like that?
Oh,
Get there.
wow.
All right, take my glasses off so I can see. All right, no one can see this, but it's a very pretty backlit photograph of 2926.
Nearly 16 years ago, the engine was still in pieces, and years away from being completed. Rick just became CMO, and over the next 15 years as a volunteer, he would push and guide the organization to finishing the locomotive and getting it ready for the next step. In 2022, a new president was elected. John was thrusted into the position, in between the locomotive being completed and in need of operation. Thus, he would make his main goal to set the stones for 2926's operation, and to establish a flag down in the Albuquerque rail yard.
I'm John Roberts, president of New Mexico Heritage Rail. But first, let's go back a couple of years. Carrots and peas and carrots.
Congratulations!
The next day was our first railroad day. The cart and the locomotive were fired up for the day. Cars from the car show began filing in to take their place across from the tracks. Our store got prepared to make money. Food trucks were set up as well and fed our guests and crew throughout the day. Inside Pine Lodge, tours were held to show what it was like to ride the Super Chief and to generate donations for the car's restoration.
So it was a lot of stuff like that. There was, before we could move it, they had to do asbestos abatement. We had a company here in town that donated
No.
It was cherry red. It was cherry red. It was glowing. And I'm like, that car never would have been
There you go. And this hangover is this area right here.
Yes, we had a mariachi band. Yes, they were absolutely killing it with the music. Of course, 29, 26, and the cart were creating their own form of music.
Tell me when.
Alright, we use the bell as a warning.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, go for it. There you go.
My name is Kevin. I'm from Dallas, Texas. And this is my second time in a row. Well, actually, yeah, third time in a row. I apologize about that. But second time in the cab. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for allowing me this opportunity. You guys are the best.
Of course.
Glad to have you.
All right. Let's get to work.
Let me ring the bell to let everybody know, and then I'll give you the signal and you can play with us.
You can either pull this cord or pull on the actual lever itself. It's up to
You
you.
have a little more control if you actually pull on the rod, but it's your choice either way.
Yeah, so I'm ringing the bell and he'll give you the go ahead.
Yep.
All right.
Whistle! Whistle!
Whistle!
Very good, yeah! Cab tours were also great sellers. People from all over wanted the chance to learn about 2926 and how she was operated.
Other than steam running through. The other way we get water into the boiler is we have just a big reciprocating pump. Okay. There's just a big reciprocating pump on the front of the engine.
As the sun began to set, however, Steve Christ began setting up for our night photo shoot. While everyone was taking photos of the engine, Alex and I had the opportunity to capture something else.
I can open that for you. They don't pay me to dress this good, not pour champagne. You want to shoot this out the gangway there?
We can do it.
Those thumbs down and... I'll top you guys off once that calms down there. Wow, let's give it a real blast here.
What? In the train. It is hot in here. Yeah, that's crazy.
Start wearing those along.
Yeah, I was sweating. I was like, what's going to wear a sweater?
And we loved all the memories that you guys have put together.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I tried to, everything was so cute. This is crazy.
The next day was Scout Breakfast Day. We had troops of scouts all over the yard being photographed by Steve.
All right? Here comes number one. Everybody smile. Look in the camera. Good, good. What's the matter with you? Okay, right here. Good, good, good. Well, okay, are we... 1, 2, 3. That's good. I like that. Attitude. Good attitude. 1, 2, 3. Good. Last one. 1, 2, 3.
Being taught the importance of railroading and how the railroad works, from the rail runner and their double cab trains to model railroading and rail fanning inside the Wheels Museum. Camera good at recording model trains? What?
I have both of those trains.
The Scout Day ended with being taught whistle signals by 2926, John Mobley, and Matt.
That's loud. Whoa! Okay, so if you hear the train moving, and all of a sudden you hear a one whistle, the train is stopping. If you hear two whistles, what's that? Go ahead. Hey head, take off. So when you hear a toot toot, you know the train's going to take off. If you hear, let's do the road crossing. That's a road crossing. Whether it's a whistle or a horn, it's going to be that same thing. Now, what happens if, what do we want to do if we want to back up? We're going to do 3. So I'm going to give this sign, so the engineer is going to go. Okay? So those are the whistle signals. Now today we have pack sets, we have cell phones that we're not supposed to use, but in emergencies we can use our cell phones, but that's a federal law. Anyway, they have the pack sets, and so this is how we still today, because it is so noisy in a rail yard. I'm yelling at you, but this is a normal talking voice in a cab or something like that, because this stuff is loud and it's so far away we can't hear. So we have a pack set, and then we can talk to the engineer on the head end or the dispatcher. Hey, DS, we're stopped here at Albuquerque at CP Main. We're ready to go. Okay. And then when the engineer, what whistle signal will he give when he wants to take off? 2. We're not going to blow the whistle anymore. We will do it when we're leaving here. So those are the whistle signals.
Fire!
As 2 p.m. rolled around and the locomotive was fired and ready to head back home, the second round of switching loomed over the crew.
On the point riding back 7, here we go.
The engine, once given the clear, shoves back to spot. You will hear car counts in this sequence, like shove back 5 cars, or pull ahead 3 cars. Car counts are a unit of measurement used by conductors and brakemen to tell the engineer how far he needs to move, either forward or backward. These car counts are far more efficient and easier to understand than using feet. At least until they get close enough to wherever they're going that they can use feet. Usually a car is around 40 feet, the length of an old boxcar.
5 now.
You may see John tap the button on the radio. It looks like he's hesitating, but he's actually sending a small burst of static to the brakeman to show he understood the command. When they come down to 1 car, John toots 1 whistle blow to also show the ground crew he understands.
25 feet.
You may hear 2 sentences in this context from the crew while they operate. Pull ahead and shove back. Pull ahead is exactly what it sounds like. Move the engine ahead and pull your train. Shove back also follows the definition to a T. Push backward, shove against the train.
Now.
These calls and terms can change depending on wherever the locomotive is on the consist. Like if the engine's front is on the back of the train and the brakeman needed to push, it would be shove ahead, and the opposite would be pull back. But in this instance, it's pretty simple.
Three cars to a spot.
(2926) shoves back and uncouples Pine Lodge from the consist. This is where Lodge will stay until BNSF deals with it later.
Everyone's clear, here comes the stretch.
Stretch them is also another term used both when uncoupling and coupling. It simply means pull the consist and stretch the couplings. When uncoupling, like in this instance, it means basically pull away and see if it uncouples properly. When the support car pulls away successfully, Matt will then give 26 the car count to pull ahead. On the opposite end, you use stretch 'em for coupling too. When you shove couplings together, you test to see if the pins dropped by stretching the train. If the couplers stay together, it was a good hook. If they come apart, the crew needs to try again. 26 then backs into Pine Peak once again. This will end the switching, and the consist will be 2926, 3939, and Pine Peak, which Peak's restoration will begin at the site. Behind Anthony, you will see Matt's hand signals. That circular motion means come to me, like he's gesturing to come over. Then he drops his hands, which means stop, or you're there. The next signal means go away. Matt flips his hands out from his chest in a pushing motion. This signals to the engineer to move away, and in this instance, to stretch the train. Now with Pine Peak hooked on, 2926 can move ahead to the turntable to wait for Amtrak. I introduce to you the cooch whistle.
You ready? Stand up and pull it. 2 whistles. You pull the cord and then. Alright.
Where am I pulling it?
Pull it back.
When 4 o'clock rolls around, Cooch blows the whistle again, and 26 shoves back for the final time to switch in line with Old Main to begin the journey back home.
What's your favorite part of Railroad Days?
Well, my favorite part is that. In 2022, 26's restoration would be completed. More than 20 years of long work. Many said that she wouldn't go anywhere, or that she was dressed and had nowhere to go. Well, today, she pulls her first train. It's only 2 cars, but it's more than last year, and soon it will be 3, then maybe 4, and then maybe her first 40-mile run. We are making progress. With every run, she goes a little further, does something new, and it's all possible because we keep her rolling.
Okay.
Over here, keeps collapsing. I'm not sure it's the gas. I don't really own it. Hold on to the right, stop, and then go across.
Kinda circle. I sit down to record. I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank you all for joining us at NMRD or simply watching this video. I want to give a huge thank you to Alex Gilman, Sarah Jones, and Meg Simpson for all donating footage for this video. I also want to give a gracious thanks to these two goobers, Spencer Lotz and Luca Titro, who were my two main videographers and photographers. I literally couldn't do it without them. Anyway, my name is Kinda Circle. Like and subscribe, donate, become a volunteer, and keep her rolling.